All right, guys, UFC 296 is going to be something special. And the DraftKings Sportsbook is making sure that you come out on top in the epic fight between Leon Edwards and Colby Covington. Go download the DraftKings Sportsbook app right now. Bang in my promo code DCTV, bet $5 or more, and get $150 in bonus bets instantly at the DraftKings Sportsbook. All you got to do is put that promo code in there. DCTV, bet $5 or more and get $150 in bonus bets instantly by using my promo code. All these great offers are only available at the DraftKings Sportsbook, the official sports betting partner of the UFC. Hey, we all love crowns. We all want to be called the king. The crown is yours at the DraftKings Sportsbook. Let's go. All right, guys. So you guys know that we're always looking to our champions to see what's next. And when you got a champion like Islam Makhachev, a lot of times you're tasked with just guessing, right? Because we don't know. My voice is messed up because I coached wrestling for 3 days. I'm not trained, but we don't know what's going on with Makhachev. Some of us know a little bit better than most, but we still don't know. So a lot of times you're just guessing what you want he's going to do, or what you want him to do, or what you expect him to do. Well, the other day, Islam is at a boxing event, and he spoke about what he wants to do. And he said, and these are a bit, cliff notes, but he spoke about Arman Tsarukyan's fight. And if you recall, inside the octagon, I talked to Tsarukyan, and Tsarukyan said, I want the title fight. I'll knock him out in the first round. Islam said, hey, he had a chance to do that, and he didn't. Islam said he should continue to train, and he'll improve. That was just him kind of giving him a dig, right? Knowing Islam's personality, that was a little bit of a dig. But he did say, if Tsarukyan wins impressively in his next fight, he's sure the UFC will give him a championship opportunity. Then the reporter asked this question: who would you prefer to rematch, him or Charles Oliveira? He said, neither. I want fresh challenges. So that immediately makes you think, well, is Islam now saying he doesn't want rematches because it's Tsarukyan? Because before, it seemed like it was all systems go to Charles Oliveira. But again, we hadn't heard from Islam. We don't know if that's how Islam's been feeling. I don't really want to do rematches. And this is where I think we're messing up when we watch that video. We're missing why Islam says he doesn't want rematches and why I think he's right, if I'm being honest. And that probably comes as no surprise to you guys, because you're going to say that I'm always biased towards Islam and everything. But I think he's right. And I'm going to tell you why I think he's right. For the simple fact that when the reporter then followed up with, Islam, can you see yourself doing this until you're 40? Islam said, 40? No. Maybe a couple more years. That's why I think it's right. That's why I think it's right that he doesn't want to fight rematches. Because if he's only going to be around for a couple more years, do we want to see him continue to recycle opponents? Or do we want to see him in there with different people time and time again? That's why I think he's right. That's why I think he's right. He said only a couple more years of fighting. And if we have learned anything, Khabib walked away at the height of his popularity, at the height of his dominance, at the height of the sport, and never looked back. He never looked back. So when you hear Makhachev saying, I've got a couple years left, do we really want to see him fighting guys like Charles, who has proven to be the second best in the division, at least according to their first fight? Or Arman Tsarukyan, who he fought a long time ago, who has proven to be one of the best lightweights in the world? Do we want to see that, especially when guys don't fight as frequently as they used to? So if Makhachev is fighting twice a year and he's fighting for only a couple more years, that's 4 fights. Or would we like to see him fight a Justin Gaethje, a Dustin Poirier, a Michael Chandler maybe, a Mateus Gamrot, or one of the other great young challengers that are coming up that we haven't seen him in there with before. Now, I'm not saying I'm not going to tap into a fight with him and Dubronx or with him and Tsarukyan. I'm not saying that those guys are not warranted a title championship opportunity if they are given it to them. They have earned that. My question to you is that what you want to do with a guy that's the first time I've heard him ever say anything about how long he's going to be around. So for me, I'm like, well, if it's not going to be a long time, then maybe we should see if he's the guy that can keep that next wave of guys from dethroning him. That's where I think we, as fans of the sport and people that pay so much attention to mixed martial arts, make a little bit of mistake, because all the articles focused on Islam saying he doesn't want to do rematches, when the most important quote in there is Islam saying that he may not be in the game for a long time. That's the most important quote in there, because the rematches, while they may happen, and they will happen, because Tsarukyan's too good to not get his way back there, and obviously Charles is too good to not earn another opportunity. They will have rematches. They will come. But I think our focus should have been on the fact that we have a guy that has now won the lightweight championship, defended the lightweight championship twice against one of the greatest fighters of all time, and now saying that he's not going to be for a long time. And even in that, guys, Islam said his ultimate goal is to be double champion and defend both belts. Again, maybe his timeline is off, or maybe he wants to get extremely, well, he just said he wants to be active, said he wants 3 fights in a year. But in those fights, my question is, do we want him against the guys that we've seen, or do we want to see fresh challenges? And that's where I think Islam was saying. That's what I think he was saying. If I want to be a great champion, I've got to have new challengers. That's why he's right. That's why he's right. But that's where the focus should be. I don't want to see Makhachev go away. I think he's got a lot of time left in this game to be dominant. I think he's got a lot of time left in this game to fight some of the best fighters of today at 155 and 170, and fight some of the best fighters of tomorrow at 155 pounds. Think about the fights. Mateusz Gamrot, Arman Tsarukyan. Those guys in there with Islam Makhachev would be unreal. We saw Tsarukyan have success in that fight, moments of success. That's one of the issues Islam always had when people would speak of the Tsarukyan fight. He was like, DC, you guys talk like it was a close fight. He goes, he didn't win a round. He also said that in the interview. But he laid out his plans for us. Those were his words. And I can clip that interview that I saw on the internet, and Luis will quote them to make sure these guys don't come after me. I can show you the interview where he said, he gave us his plans. Clear as day. Clear as day. I want these guys for this reason. Not going to be here for a long time. My ultimate goal is to be the double champ and defend both belts. Hey, either Islam has a really warped view of time, or we got to see him in there and see him in there very often with some of the best fighters in the world. And while the guys that he's fought already have proven to be time and time again the absolute best, my question once again is, do you want to see him in there with those guys again, or with someone new? Just got to figure it out. But we know what he wants now. Let's see what they say. He said sometime in March. There's a pay-per-view in Miami in March and a pay-per-view in Riyadh. I was very surprised to hear Islam say the numbered card. So he's got his eyes set on Miami. I'll be there watching. And what has become a great fight time. I mean, I'm taking Luis to Miami with me to do all my videos, because Miami is just the best. It is the best. And you put fight cards there now that matter. Especially, UFC 299 with 300 right around the corner in April. Big time. We know his plans. Let's see how it shakes out. Guys, thank you for always supporting me. I appreciate it. I love each and every one of you. Until next time, like, subscribe, tell your friends that DC's got a YouTube channel, and we're doing things like this right now. But tell me, in those comments, tap in. You want to see him with new guys, or you want to see the rematches? It's all about the fans, right? You guys know, you determine what happens. Let them hear it. All right? Peace.